Probably helps if I open the game, you know. Hello, I'm Brown Kenku. We're back for a third episode of Deathmark, and it's been really good so far. I've been really enjoying it. I got my vaccinations yesterday, so I'm a little out of it. I'm really sore, I'm like very flu-y, but that's normal. So I'm here, I'm doing the thing as best as I can. Alright, so we just finished off a chapter. So we're gonna get directly into the third chapter. It's been 3 days since Shimio's defeat. Shu has left, leaving only Christy and I at the mansion. Not had any new mark bearers arrive, nor any new info on any spirits. Death's footsteps keep drawing closer. Good work, Lady Christy and Lord Yakashi. You obtain any clues? Nothing really. I'd hoped, but I see. Lady Saya's study seemed optimal to contain something of interest. Christy and I just finished the investigation into Saya Kojo's study. It had been full of mountains of specialized books and piles of reports. There we go. It was a daunting task, but we did our best to search through them all regardless. Except it was all futile. Everything was about healing the spirit. None mentioned the mark at all. Mr. Yakashi, don't you think it's useless to keep searching the mansion? Do you have any other ideas, then? Well, remember what I said about the 8th shrine? Yeah, I remember. Of course you would. I was thinking, maybe the shrine is connected to all the spirit stuff. That's what Shimio's note said, right? Everything's happening in the forest is the divine wrath of the 8th shrine. And you think the mark and the spirit activity are because of this divine wrath? It's definitely a possibility. Disasters happen in many ghost stories, and myths because of wrath of gods. Isn't there value in looking into it? Yeah, sure, maybe. Exactly what I'd expect from you. I'm always so quick on the uptake. Christy's brimming with confidence. She seems in a much better mood than she was 3 days ago. She's a famous reporter after all. Maybe this is what she's really like. So Mary, I'd like to go see the 8th shrine, if you don't mind, do you? It is true many unpleasant rumors surround that forest. If the cause is the 8th shrine, there may be some clues there. Even if there are, it's spiritual, then how are normal humans like us supposed to find it? We've been doing this for 2 chapters now, guy. Come on. Christy and I don't have spiritual powers. In that case, could you bring me along with you to the 8th shrine? I could be able to sense the presence of anything spiritual. I can act as a guide as well. You know that shrine? Yes, in truth, it enshrines the guardian deity of the Kojo family. Over generations, the heads have taken care of the shrine. However, that came to an end after a recent war resolved. As one who serves the Kujos, I am concerned about its present state. Then bringing you along would mean I'd have to carry you, don't I? As it is impossible for me to walk, I would agree with that assessment. So sorry to inconvenience you. An overgrown forest in the dead of night. I'm not looking forward to having to carry Mary all the way to the shrine. You look worn out, and we haven't left yet. It's a small price to pay if we can get any hints about the spirit. It's true. I think that Mary's eager about this too. I'll just have to deal with it, I suppose. Let's get back to the forest. Alright. To the forest. Before we leave, Mary put We put Mary in the back seat. Thank God she's not as heavy as she looks. Should be able to carry her just fine. She is it all, after all. By the way, Mr. Yakushi, have you read the files over there? She points to the right side of the room, and shelves packed with files. Not yet. I've searched most of the mansion. Haven't checked the garage. Oh, really? Christy grabs a file and flips through the pages. Looks like articles on various crimes. Clippings cover every incident in each city and the surrounding area. Was Miss Kojo looking into the criminal activity? Any of it look related to the mark? Not as I can tell. These are all extremely old. Most recent is 5 years ago. She puts the file back. Alright, we should head out soon. Hey, Andy. Yeah, I gotta be cozy. It's self-care, you know? Take care of yourself when you're not feeling great. How you doing today? I park outside the entrance to the forest and gather Mary into my arms. We make our way to the familiar arc. There's still a long way to go. Middle-aged man carrying a doll. You're practically a ghost story yourself if someone sees you here. I'm very sorry to cause you such trouble. Mary stares up at me as I hold her. Her skin and hair glint witchingly when the flashlight catches them. I have not been outside in a very long time, and to go hiking in the arms of such a fine gentleman is a very precious experience. She sounds as dispassionate as ever, but is she actually having fun? Glad you did some cooking. What is it this week? I'm always so excited to know what you've been cooking. It's so good. Just as the rumors say, this forest is filled with curses and resentment of the dead. Simply their presence is enough to drive the living mad. The land is tainted, and I can see why it has given birth to monstrous spirits. I bet if you track down the cause of it, it'll be the divine wrath. Let's hurry to the shrine. We reach the old Torii gate with no trouble. We stand and watch for a while, but nothing comes out of the beehives. They seem to be sleeping. Hell yeah. It's most like because Shimio is gone now. The 8th shrine is up those stone steps. At Mary's direction, we walk towards the gate. Hell yeah, cookies! Fucking love some cookies. Don't minimize your work, they're not just cookies, they're fucking cookies. How awesome is it to have cookies? Come on. Yeah. See, and you made big money on it. So they can't just be cookies. A small black shadow flits across our feet. Yeah, it's the bunny. I'm a kitty. Hi, baby. Such a babe. Yes. Much better than a bunny. I haven't seen our bunny in a while. But they're okay. Probably getting ready for winter. Such a good kitten. It's the rabbit you told me about, Lord Yakushi. You're correct, it's very cute. The rabbit stares up at the two of us. Then disappears towards the shrine. What in the world was that about? What did you think, Mary? I felt a strange presence. It appears to be possessed by some kind soul. So it's a spirit too. Indeed. Though it does not appear strong enough to give marks to humans. We know nothing of its true nature, so please proceed with caution. We follow the rabbit to the Torii gate and up the stone steps. At the top we find the wilderness creeping in. There doesn't seem to be anything here but the old altar. Is this the 8th shrine? Sadly, it has fallen into disrepair. The war was over 50 years ago. I suppose this is to be expected. That black rabbit's gone. Deserted shrines give me the creeps. Let's hurry and get to searching so we don't have to stay here long. These beheaded people, beheaded Buddha statues are buried on the ground. Creepy. Wonder what happened here. There's a sacred Shiminawa rope on a ragged boulder. Wonder if that boulder is Iwakura? What's that? According to the ancient Shinto tradition, it's a sacred rock that God descended on. It's not uncommon for the rock itself to become an object of devotion. Okay. It's a wooden shrine altar. Clouded old mirror serves as the Go Shintai. Looks like it's true, no one's taken care of this place for a long time. Peek inside the altar just in case, but all I find is a thick layer of dust. The Go Shintai's outside and the altar's empty. That's concerning. I don't think there's any more we can search. The Buddha statues concern me. Why are all the ones within the shrine missing their heads? Shinto and Buddhism were ordered to be separated during the Meiji period. Before then, many shrines were dedicated to both. The 8th shrine was much the same. Then in the Meiji period, there was a push to make Shinto the main religion. The faiths were forced apart. Extremists stole Buddhist statues from shrines and desecrated them. Oh, the famous anti-Buddhist movement. So this is where that happened. No, it was done in a public space. They wanted to make a show of it. The broken statues were carried here to serve as a memorial for worship. The Kujo family head was said to be aggrieved, so he moved them in secret. It seems that all the broken statues from around H City were buried here. Strange. You said they were worshipped, but this place is pretty much a ruin. You have a keen-eyed Lord Yakushi. The shrine was subsequently dug up, and the statues were stolen. So they came all the way into this huge forest just to carry off broken statues? Who would do something like that? That, I do not know. I merely heard they were stolen 50 years ago around the time of the war. So the statues were broken and thrown away, then dug up. They say the Buddha has a wealth of patience, but even he'd get angry. Could that anger have turned into divine wrath and given birth to the mark in the spirits? Mary, have you been able to feel the presence of any spirits or whatever? About that, this land is much more foreboding than I had imagined. The enmity of the forest swallows all else. It's hard to sense beneath it. Too much background noise, huh? Yes, although I do sense the same presence as Lady Christie's mark, however faint. I'm sure that spirit gave her the mark is somewhere in this forest. So after that, we were only able to reconfirm something we already knew. Forgive me, I was unable to. You don't have to apologize, Mary. We learned plenty of value here. What do you mean? I'll tell you on the way back. First, let's get the hell out of here. This place gives me the creeps, and maybe it's the ill will Mary sensed. Alright. We leave the 8th shrine, walking down the beast trail towards the forest entrance. Maybe it's because of that strange tail, but for some reason, I feel like someone's watching us from the darkness of the trees. We begin driving back to the mansion. As we break out of the dense forest, I can see building lights pop up ahead. Well, that was a complete waste of time. My anxiety lifted. I don't even bother to filter my words that slip out of my mouth. I don't think it's true. It's all coming together for me. Without further prodding, Christy starts in on her theory, passion evident in her voice. I believe Shimio is right. The 8th shrine is definitely what's causing all this strange stuff in the forest. I'm sure it's those stolen statues. Don't you agree? I wonder. Feels like we just don't have enough info at this point to say one way or the other. But there's no denying that a lot of strange things are going on in that forest. Between all the suicides, Shimio wandering around, it couldn't be coincidence, could it? If we research the shrine, we might learn more about the mark. I feel like it's a lot safer than risking our lives looking for the spirit. Don't you think? You might be right. My replies are half-hearted, which isn't what Christy was hoping for, so she falls silent. You gotta match the energy. It's atrocious how often people get into these situations where they don't match each other's vibes. So if someone's gung-ho, ready to fucking go, they're like, you know, peak energy, it's rough when they're met with like, yeah, okay, whatever, I guess. It like really brings down the mood. And rather than a lot of people in that energy point up here will then suddenly sink to that level of like, this is fucked. You yucked my yum. I'm just shutting down now. So it's rough. It's good to see it in the game. An awkward, uncomfortable silence settles in. Lord Yakashi, please stop the car. Mary speaks for the first time since we entered the car. What is it? I sense a presence similar to Lady Christie's mark close by. The hotel or whatever that is? Following Mary's request, I park in a vacant rest stop in the outskirts of H City. Christy and I step out of the car. Ugh. There we go. My mark is suddenly scalding. Something nearby? Look, someone's over there. Ah, yeah, phone booth. A small girl steps out of the telephone box. Why is a kid outside at this time of night? Thank you for bringing me out here this late. Aita? Got to talk with Hanayome. Oh yeah? Glad to hear it. This guy. A rather round young man appears, stepping out from the shadows. That's... I don't know how I feel about referring to him as a round young man, but okay. I like his fangs. He's got really nice canines. You got your question answered, Suzu? Yeah, it's okay now. Hanayome sure is amazing, though. She knows where everything is. Got that right. She helped me find my limited edition Love and Hero phone strap I dropped. What's Love and Hero? What? You don't know? They're a popular idol group around here. They've been all over the TV lately. I'm surprised you hadn't heard. TV's restricted at my home. Mom says it rots your brain. Oh, Aita, the bus coming soon? Oh, last bus is on its way. Better go. Be in big trouble if your mom finds out we went out. Yeah. We watch from a distance for a while, but it's hard to determine their relationship. The pain from my scar is suddenly gone. Hey, Christy. What do you think? I turn, but Christy isn't there. Hey, you there. How do you know that girl? Depending on your answer, I'll report you for child abduction. Well, there goes Christy, hounding the poor guy. Just calm down. I try to placate her, but she won't budge. The man stumbles over his words. He looks flustered and overwhelmed. Hey, lady, don't be mean to Ida. The girl rushes to stand defensively in front of him and glares at us. She seems to be a lot more level-headed than the flustered guy behind her. I asked him to help me, okay? I wanted to talk to Hanayome. I had him come with me. Who's this Hanayome you keep mentioning? A ghost who helps you find things. People say you can talk to her from this telephone box. A ghost, huh? She looks at me. We're both thinking the same thing. Earlier the mark was hurting, so maybe. You guys look serious. What's going on? He nervously glances between us. Does this scar look familiar to you at all? I show them the scar on my right arm. Hey, hold on, what's this? Looks exactly like mine. He pulls up one of his gloves and reveals the bite mark on his hand. It's the cursed scar, yeah? I saw an article about it in Oop Arts Monthly. They say it causes amnesia, even kills you, but that's nonsense. It's not true at all, right? Sounds like he'd heard rumors, but chose not to do anything about it. No surprise, really. It's tough to believe it's real until your memory loss starts becoming more noticeable. I've got one of those too. It showed up on my left wrist when we made that phone call earlier. Pulling up her sleeve, she showed us her mark. They both have the mark, and after calling Hanayome, it's more than a coincidence. Well, we can't just leave him here. Let's bring him to the mansion. We tell them what's going on and abduct these children. Yeah! Also, totally weebs. For sure. Tell them what's going on and ask them, yep. Surprisingly, doesn't take much to get them to come. I thought it would take more convincing. Could be partially because they missed the last bus while talking with us. Don't worry about that part. Before they climb in, I warn Mary to stay quiet until we get back. Might be a bad idea to freak them out. I mean, they're gonna get freaked out when you put her back into the mansion and have her explain everything anyway. We first introduce ourselves. The man's name is Ida Nakamatsu. The girl is Suzu Morimiya. They tell us they met through the readers column in OOP Arts Monthly. Suzu mentioned she was interested in Hanayome, and Ida told her what he knew. Then she pestered him into bringing her to the rumored telephone box. They were out this late because of her. Her parents sound pretty strict. Her mother keeps a close eye on her after school. She needs permission to go out, so she snuck out of the house after her mother went to bed. Hanayome is just as famous at my school as Hanahiko is. Hey, Ida. Please tell me about those rumors. Do I have to? Okay, fine. Ida reluctantly tells us at Suzu's request. They're just rumors I read, but... Nice. The art in this game is so good. Hey, remember that one story? You know, the one about the public phone box in H City? There's a ghost that looks like a bride. She'll find what you're looking for. One of my friends actually tried it. He went to the specific phone box that lets you talk with the ghosts. The phone started ringing. He slowly picked it up. But all he could hear was this weird smacking noise. He stayed on the line until... Did you see it? He heard a woman whisper. So he did what the rumor said to do and said, no, I haven't seen it. Then she said, what do you want to see? His cat had gone missing, so he asked where it was. When he looked where the woman said it was really there. Rumors are totally true. I want to go ask her where my future bride is now. Want to come with me? There. Get you back set up. Carry Mary from the cart and gently place her back on the sofa. Thank you. Being in your arms is not so bad. I am most calm when I am here. The doll really talked. Can't say I expected that. Does that mean all the stuff about the mark is true too? Don't steal the doll. On the way over, we updated Suzu and Ida about all they needed to know. They may not completely believe us, but they're not rejecting it outright either. It seems Ida, in particular, has already experienced some memory loss. Something about forgetting the names of anime characters or voice actors. Christy looked at him strange, but He appeared to be taking it quite seriously. And Suzu snuck out of her house because she believed the rumors about Hanayome. They both believe in the occult already. Pretty sure they'll help us find a way to escape the mark. Granted, they're also really curious about Hanayome. Pardon me, but may I speak? The marks on Suzu and Ida. They are likely from Hanayome and Lady Christie. The feeling I sense from your mark is the same as theirs, so we can assume Hanayome is also the mark. Also gave the mark to you. Do you recall encountering her? Something weird did happen. Right before I entered the forest, I stepped in the phone box in T Mountain. Phone rang out of nowhere. It might have been because of that. The telephone box at that rest area is in the rumors of Hanayome. But I didn't pick it up. It creeped me out, so I left. I was never able to give that person one final call because of that. Who are you talking about? Not for children to know. Fine. So there are other phone boxes like that. I think there are 3 that Hanayome can call from. The one we went to on A Highway, one in T Mountain, and the last one at the park by T Apartment Complex. It's the only one inside the city. Why those 3 locations? Don't know. BBS I read didn't say. Mister, do you really think Hanayome is the one who gave us these marks? Yeah. Seems pretty obvious. But the rumors about Hanayome go back 5 years, and no one's ever mentioned that if you call her, you get a mark. Susie's right. Rumors about this mark thing only popped up recently. So you're saying Hanayome hasn't always been giving out the mark? That's true. I wonder what triggered the change. Of course, I can't really say, seeing as I don't know anything about the spirits. A ghost helping people find what they're looking for. It's pretty strange. Definitely the definition of a ghost story. Mr. Yoshiki, if their rumors are true, why don't we try asking where the stolen statues are? If we return them to their place, it might save our lives. Search for Buddha statues. Christie's right. Could be able to escape the mark without fighting a spirit. What do you think? A good question. Objects with human forms are easily able to gain inexplicable powers. Bleeding stone statue, cursed dolls, there are many examples. Historically, statues of gods and Buddhas would be certainly no exception. Asking Hanayome about them would be a good idea. So says the doll before our eyes that has the inexplicable power to talk. Maybe it wouldn't be so strange that the Buddha statues could call down divine wrath. Lord Yakashi, may I add? As I explained previously, your mark is different from theirs. Vanquishing spirit seems to weaken your mark's power. It's been several days since you told me I was going to die. Taking care of the spirits we encounter is likely how I'm still among the living. What are you trying to say? I cannot say what the relationship between your mark and Hanayome is, but it's true. It's in your best interest to track down the spirits. I hope you'll guide the mark bearers this evening as well. Can't really picture Christie and Ida facing off a spirit by themselves. If they failed, then a child would suffer deadly consequences. That would weigh heavily on me. No turning back. I'll figure something out. Thank you. Mary bows her head slightly. Now you should begin investigating Hanayome. Why does she only call from 3 public phones within each city? Her secret may lie in the answer. You visited the parking lot already. Please investigate T Mountain and the apartment complex. Sure. Alright. Who do we think is going to be the best partner here? Christie? Okay. Let's check the park. See a small park tucked between all the looming apartment buildings. No one here. I guess everyone's already asleep. They said this was the phone booth. The Hanayome rumors come from, right? Would a spirit really appear in the middle of the city like this? Rumors say the phone is supposed to ring if you wait by it for a while. Guessing to wait outside doesn't count. Probably not. Only rang after I stepped in. The booth's too small for 2 people. Either I or Christy will have to go in. Aren't you thinking I'll do it? Are you? Dangerous jobs are best left to men. Guess I'll do it. It's cramped inside, almost impossible to move at all. I'd be sitting duck if a spirit attacked me while I'm in here. Clouded glass makes it hard to see the outside. Just makes me more nervous. I wonder how long I have to wait until the phone rings. Past the time, I glance around the inside of the booth. There's a poster attached to the window. Young woman kidnapped. A local young woman was kidnapped close to this location. If you are a witness to this crime, please notify the MPD. It's dated 5 years ago. Looks like something terrible happened here. The phone rang. I hesitantly reach out and pick it up. The only sound I hear is the dial tone. No one's speaking. What's going on? There it is. Suddenly there's a strange noise. Crunching, smacking like the sound of someone chewing. Did you see it? Tucked in the smacking woman's voice. The voice is creepy, cold, chills me to the bone. This is Hanayome. Did you see it? She asked the second time. The rumor mentioned I should say, I haven't seen it. Very seriously, I say I haven't seen it. What would you like to see? It's going exactly as the rumor said. Hanayome is supposed to tell you the location of whatever you're looking for. Christy told me to ask about the Buddha statues. Give it a try. Buddha statues? Lord Buddha? Doesn't your arm already have the mark of Buddha on it? Tell me, you want a new Buddha? Why are you doing that? Tell me. Well, tell me. Tell me, tell me, tell me. Tell me? Tell me. Tell me, tell me, tell me. Tell me. The line goes dead. The woman's scream is still ringing in my ears. I feel sick. It must be because of my brush with that blood-curdling insanity. Why didn't she answer my question? What was different from when the others asked? You already have the mark. It's like it reminds me it exists. Maybe that's why she was acting strangely. She did say something to the effect that Buddha gave me this mark. Was she just too insane to differentiate between Buddha and a monstrous spirit? Or is this the mark really the work of divine wrath from the Buddha statues? Wait a while longer, but the phone doesn't ring again. No point in staying in here. As soon as I leave the booth, Christy comes up to me. You don't look well. What happened? I tell Christy about my conversation. What? That's not in the rumors. Christy's brow furrows in confusion. Should we go check the other phone box now? Maybe there's a clue in there. You can also see if you can ask again. No time to get lost in thought. The last phone booth's at T Mountain Rest Area. Head there after stopping at the mansion. It's probably wise to ask Mary what she knows, since it's on the way. Yeah. Okay. So, we go back. Talk to Mary. Tell Mary what happened to the phone box. Say Hanayome acted strangely. She called the spirit that cursed you your Buddha. I can't say I know what she saw, but from what you said, she will not respond to your question. Doesn't mean she does not understand you. Use any method available to obtain as much information as you can. Okay, well, I think we probably want someone to go say the thing. Alright. I kind of wanted to look at these files here. Like, alright, but to the rest area. A phone booth stands solitary edge of a vacant rest area, an endless sea of trees behind it. Christy must have run into the forest after she heard the phone ring. Doggo! I can hear a dog howl from nearby. It almost sounds sad. I'm probably just imagining it. Doesn't seem to bother Ida. He's only paying attention to the phone box. It's gotta be the booth the rumors mention. Something about it just feels off. Like everything's telling me this is it. Now that I'm here, still have no idea why Hanayome hung up on me. Followed the rumors exactly. Where did I go wrong? Scratch my head. Don't adhere to the gossip. Defy it. Suddenly, I hear that strange voice again. Gossip? The rumors? What'll happen if I don't follow the rumors? Go back to the car. There's something I want to try. It might end up backfiring on me. Okay, make sure you come back. I can't drive. Oh, right. Wait a sec. Ida puffs out his chest and holds his index finger up. Got some good info from the BBS. I guess she has this weird fixation on eyes. If something goes wrong, remember that. Huh? So you're telling me what to do? I'm not really sure either. Just avoid saying I and things like that. Just don't talk about myself? Like I as an eyeball. Just in case, don't mention words that have the sound in it either. So that's the puzzle for this one. There's a limit to unreliability. I'll keep it in mind. Ida turns to the car. Step inside and wait for the phone to ring. There's a poster in this booth too, just like the one at the park. Looks like it's been here for a few years. Help our investigation. On the night of February 8th, 1990X, assault took place in the forest nearby. If anyone has any info on the case, notify the H Police Department. February 8th, 5 years ago. I think the poster I saw in the park had the same date. Coincidence? I think not. Phone rings. I grab the receiver and slowly pick it up. I hear a noise like someone chewing gum on the other end. Icy cold voice speaks. Did you see it? Let's go with nope. Line goes dead. I wait a while longer, but the phone doesn't ring again. Guess I should step out and try again. I wait outside for a bit and try going back in. Hello? No. No. I want to go in. It's not giving me the... Guess I have to do the thing. I'll take the little girl this time. Alright. Go to the phone booth. Wait for Hanayome to call one more time. Don't adhere to the gossip, defy it, huh? I repeat the mysterious words I heard to myself. Do you want me to come too? No, just stay in the car. Susie returns to the car. That's right. There was some weird advice in Ida's message for me. Get in trouble. Don't say I or anything that sounds like it. Okay. Alright. Except for the first time, because I have to say that I didn't see it or whatever. Or I saw it. Alright. Alright, we got our call. Lunchtime. I saw it. You saw it, didn't you? You saw that thing of me? The voice cuts off. Something outside collides violently with the glass booth, but I can't see it. Alright. Live or die. Avoid eye sounds. How did you see it? With your own eyes or glasses or a telescope? Telescope. Sounds like something searching around outside the phone booth. You saw it. You said you saw it. What color? A beautiful color. Red? Pink? Green? Fuck. Not pink? Or maybe... So there's pink eye, there's green eyes, but there aren't red eyes? But your eyes can be red if you, like, smoke a lot. Most likely green? No? What kind of person are you? What's important to you? Your dreams, romance, love? Which do you choose? Romance? Survived! Yeah! Phone goes dead. Next I know, the bloody handprints are gone. The ominous presence as well. The questions she asked me were strange. She was particularly anxious about what I had seen. I think I did a good job not mentioning anything like eyes in my answers. Overly conscious over being seen. Maybe that's where her secret lies. I exit the booth and Suzu rushes up to me. My mark suddenly started hurting. Did something happen? I tell her about what happened in the phone booth. Wonder what that was about. Guess there's no way she'd know the answer. Huh. Something on the ground. Sure enough, there's a folded up piece of paper lying near the booth. Looks like stationery. I don't think it was there before. I pick up the paper and open it. To Psycho. I'll dispel all of your heartache. So forget that horrible incident and take up your quiet rest up in heaven. An incident? The posters I saw in the telephone booth mentioned something like that too. Could they be connected? Ask Suzu what they think. It's a coincidence, or... She worries at her lip. We've gone to all the boxes now. We should go back. I want to share all this with Ida and Miss Christie. Yeah. Probably head back for now. Yep. Third phone box. Back to the mansion. Welcome back. Christie's there in the garage. She's going through the files full of articles on criminal cases. How'd the investigation go? Suzu and I tell Christie what we discovered. I see. I can see Christie's mind working. Mr. Yakishi? You know those posters, that bit of stationery you found? Could they be linked to Hanayome? She might have been seen with someone who caught up in the incident and killed. If that's the case, then... She glanced over at the files. The dates were 5 years ago, right? Might be an article on what happened here. Let's get Ida to help out too. We'll get a move on. All four of us began reading through the files. The clippings range from the smallest dispute to the most heinous crime in each city. They're all dated 5 years ago or earlier. They get stored in the garage because they're so old? After a while... I think I found it. The date matches the posters, and the victim's name is Psycho. Suzu lays the file on the desk, and we all peer at it. The file in the articles is about an incident that happened 5 years ago. The victim's name was Psycho Hasagawa. Apparently, she committed suicide in the forest by H Castle on the eve of her wedding. She was in her dress when she was found. Suzu, you probably shouldn't read anymore. It's pretty bad. Thanks, Ida, but... I want to know more about Hanayome. I feel like I need to do this. She's cringing, but sounds determined. Between this and sneaking out at night, she's surprisingly brave. As It's rather odd for someone of her age. I remember now. This happened back when I used to be a news anchor. She mutters out loud enough to hear her. Then, do you know the whole story? It was horrible. It's hard to recount. A woman was abducted by a gang while she was walking her dog. They brought her to the forest and assaulted her. People found her battered and staggered among the road next day. The dog was run over and killed near the forest when it chased after them. That's horrifying. Yeah, but it isn't the end of Psycho Hasegawa's misfortune. Ida somberly cuts in. His usual grin is nowhere to be found. It's well known in some circles, but her assault was photographed. The pictures were sent to her fiancé. They threatened to make him public if he didn't pay up. I heard he gave him a ton of money to get the photos and the negatives. Is that true, Christy? Yeah, I heard that as well. Because of all that, Miss Psycho had a mental breakdown. In the end, she hung herself. She'd been a serious, honest woman, so she couldn't bear it. The cruel fate of a woman attacked before her wedding. We fall silent as the reality weighs in on us. Suzu timidly speaks up, her face pale. Maybe there's a connection between what happened to Miss Hasegawa and Miss Hanayome's phone boxes. According to the article, the incidents that wrecked her life took place near each phone box. She was abducted in the park, assaulted by the rest area, and found by a highway. Phone booth connects Hanayome and Psycho Hasegawa. A coincidence sends shivers down my spine. It's that note we found by the telephone booth. Did Psycho's fiancé write it? Most likely. What's strange is it was there and not where she committed suicide. Did Hanayome put it in there? Maybe she was telling us something. I have no clue how spirits think, but if Suzu's right, that note's an important clue for us. I seem to recall Miss Psycho's fiancé was a famous musician. As a result, the case was widely publicized at the time. It happened right after they returned from a romantic trip to Greece. Old ladies were sobbing about how it made it all the more tragic. The poor dog brought on the trip died heroically as well. Where's the fiancé now? Well, he began acting strange due to the shock and went missing. Some say her suicide was to follow him. But he wasn't the only one who disappeared. Sounds like all the culprits went missing too. You hear about that online too? Well, something like that. Internet wasn't the same back then. There were only hubs. Like pre-internet chat rooms. Everyone was talking about it on the occult hubs back then. One person in the community who knew way too much. I think he was one of the culprits. He brought up a bunch of things, like taking pictures and all that. I bet those were pictures of the assault. Yeah, that's right. After they were finished with those assholes, got the camera out and took pictures of her, her face soaked with tears. The whole time she yelled, "Don't look, don't look, don't look, huh?" Hanayome has extreme reaction to being seen by others. He kept going on about it night after night until he suddenly stopped posting. People who knew him said he couldn't contact them at all. Those guys deserve to die, but it's still really creepy, you know? Suddenly, a line from the note pops into my head. I'll dispel all of your heartache. Hey Christy, do you happen to know exactly where in the forest Psycho killed herself? I was a reporter at the time, so I did go to the location, but it was 5 years ago. I don't remember exactly. I feel like I went in west from that big arch. So you're gonna go? Might be able to figure it out. Alright. Alright. I'll do my best. New info is added to the spirit file. Alright, to the forest then. Ah, shit. I probably have the wrong partner. Hearing her speak, I had the impression that she had been raised well, but now I'm alone with her like this. It's not just that. How do I put it? This is a little late. I hope we get along. May I should call you Mr. Yashiki? No, just Mr. is fine. Having you call me by my first name's kinda... Sorry, that was rude of me. That's right, she's strangely mature. Suzu, is it alright if I call you that? Yeah, just Suzu's fine. Okay. What'd your parents do? It's kinda out of the blue to ask that, but I might get into some life and death situations. She's just a kid. I'd like to know what kind of person she is. Only living with my mom, she pushes herself every day. Pushes herself? Does that mean she's a career woman? Hard at her job? I see. Sorry for the random question. Not at all. She lives alone with her mother, who works every day. It means she's basically living alone. Must be why she's so mature. Neglect will do that. Tires hit a bump in the road. I can see a square gray object in the back seat through the rearview mirror. Huh? Is that thing back there yours? No, that's Ida's. He said it was a CD radio cassette player. Radio cassette player. We might need music while we drive. Want to listen to something? No, I'll pass. Conversation grinds to a halt after that, like there's an invisible person between us. After falling silent a while, Suzu speaks up again. Only makes sense for the conversation to turn one direction. This mark, did Hanayome do this? I don't know for sure, but I think that's a natural assumption. Oh, I guess so. Suddenly, it dawns on me. Why does this kid not want to treat the spirit like it's evil? Maybe Hanayome specifically. But that would be best. What would? I mean, if Hanayome were really a nice spirit. Yeah, you're right. Her grin at me is relieved. I smile back at her stiffly, the weight of a pit in my stomach. If it's really true, then we can get through without anyone dying. The problem is, that's impossible. I rub my wrist as I watch Suzu smile out of the corner of my eye. Yeah. Really hope so. Huh. We're gonna go in the forest. Suzu understandably terrified. Anyone would be in our shoes. No one wants to go into that dark forest at night. Especially a famous suicide spot. We'll be okay as long as we're careful. I don't believe what I said for a minute. Just something to say at times like these. Yeah, sure. It's supposed to be west of the gate. I look to the west of the gate again, but there's no sign of a trail. Suddenly, Suzu's face stiffens. What's wrong? Just got cold. The doggo. I follow their gaze, see a low shadow dashing out from the darkness. A dog. Certainly seems like one. Kicks up dirt with 4 legs. Looks off somehow. The fur is long and disheveled, and from certain angles its face looks human. The dog stares at us, growling softly. What is it, boy? Are you trying to tell us something? Mom says you're not supposed to talk nice to dogs like that. She says it's best to be firm like its master. That's how you train him. If you give it attention, the dog thinks it'll have power over you. So ignore it and stay quiet, huh? I guess that's true for humans, too. Powerful people tend to ignore others. I'll keep that in mind. Life or death. Dog barks loudly, then vanishes to the western underbrush. The moment it's gone, the chill in the air dissipates like it was never there. Is it trying to tell us we should go that way? Maybe. Alright, flashlight on, and we can start investigating things. Alright. Now a familiar pain shoots through my wrist. Alright. Got a couple of hours to figure this shit out. Probably not much time left. We gotta hurry. Check the bushes over there. New info added. A thicket of trees next to the gate. With the dog gone, I push my way into the underbrush. I spot the traces of what used to be a path. Could barely call it that at this point. Must be the closed hiking trail. Path goes west from the gate. It's really here. Was it trying to tell us about it? Who knows? Let's get going. Something in the grass. It's a wad of paper. Push the grass aside and pick it up. Found a talisman. Yay, healing. Okay. Okay. To the left. Tree. I shine the light on the grove of trees in front of us and catch a glimpse of something odd. What's that? Something stuck to the tree over there? Can't make it out from here. Move forward for a closer look. What is this? The thought in my mind ceases. It's as if I'm unable to process what I'm seeing and my brain comes to a halt. Are those photos? A bunch of pictures of different people posted to the tree with their eyes nailed out. They're all... What is this? Why do all the eyes have nails? Just as Suzu said, for some bizarre reason, each photo has a person with nails driven through both eyes. Attached to the nails is some kind of tape. Cold sweat drips down my back. What kind of grudge would cause someone to do something like this? I can figure one. All the pictures there are men. Suzu mutters just loud enough to hear. Huh? Look over to the photos again. A good number of them are deteriorated, so it's hard to make out, but they may be right. Looks like it. All the subjects are men. It's clearly not a coincidence. Feel a little dizzy and step back. Though my blurry vision, something flashes in the light from the flashlight. Something wrong? Nothing, it's just over there. Something sparkled up there. Might be there, we should check it out. Feel around in the blades of grass. Got an instant camera. I hit the switch before I realized a red light appeared. Means the flash can be used. Still work? Looks like it. Turn it off and quickly stuff it in my bag. It's wise not to mention the dried blood that's stuck to the bottom. To see is to perceive light. That distant voice echoes in my head. True, seeing something means you're seeing the light it's reflecting. But what does that have to do with Hanayome? Toot toot toot. Grab the tape that's around one of the nails and take a good look at it. It's like audio tape that's been pulled out of a cassette. Okay. What tools do I have? Just the camera? Okay. Let's go deeper. I hear a low growl from somewhere. Can't see what's making it, but it seems to be watching me. We did see that dog at the gate. I'm not sure why, but I feel an intense hostility directed towards me. What should we do? The instant Suzu speaks, the growling grows distantly quieter. Except it doesn't look like it'll let us through. Let's turn back. We don't try to force our way past. Huh. Okay. Let's see what... Tell Mary about Psycho. What a sad woman. Her grudge against the world turned her into Hanayome. This is indeed the case. You may find a clue in the forest where she committed suicide. Okay. Let's take Christy. Back to the forest. Or wait, I believe we're supposed to go look at the west gate. Yeah, this isn't the right way. Turn back. Yep, I realized that the second I did it. Okay. So is there more here? There must be, right? Oh, up there. Something in the branches of the tree reflecting light. Something must be stuck in its branches. The only way we'll be able to check it out is to climb up the trunk. Thinking about climbing the tree? There aren't any cavities or knots or branches within reach. It'll be hard to climb up it. Boost up my partner. Is this just between us? But I weigh... She whispers in my ear. That's off the table. What? I refuse. There's no way I can climb that. Okay. Climb the tree myself. Take a deep breath and jump at the tree. Struggle to reach for a while and manage to touch a branch until I crash into the ground with a spectacular thud. Told you. Alright, so I was right to bring Suzu. My bad. Alright, we gotta go back and get Suzu. Unfortunate. Okay. For realsies this time. Alright, it's in the branches. Alright. Let's boost my partner up. If that's all, then I'll try. I squat at the base of the tree and let her climb up on me. Up you go. I stagger a bit, but manage to stand. I feel like I'm one of the trees now. Can you reach? A little to the right. Almost there. Eee. Susie reaches as far as she can with her hand, but I lose my balance. We both crash into the ground. You okay? I'm fine. Here. She shows me her hands. It's holding the object. Dog collar. Collar. Makes me think of that dog we saw before. Does it belong to the dog? Wonder who threw it away. Who knows? Putting it in my bag. I spot an inscription on the side of the collar. Enta? Renta? How are you supposed to pronounce that? Sure. Alright, doggo. Let's engage. I hear a low growl from somewhere. Can't see what's making it, but it seems to be watching me. The dog. Not sure why, but I feel an intense hostility. What should we do? Instant Suzu speaks. The growling grows distantly quieter. Or distinctly quieter. The photos. They were men. I don't know what that has to do with the dog, but if those pictures demonstrate the hatred that saturates this place, if I'm with Suzu, it might react differently. Consider my options. Show the collar. Take the collar out of my bag. Maybe it's a safe bet the spirit was born here, so the dog is likely tied to the collar. I face the general area of the barking and show the collar. The dog appears like a gust of wind. Whoa. Before I can blink, it steals the collar from me. Life or death. I try to jump away when I hear Suzu call out to me. I don't catch the rest of it. The dog rushes at me as so fast. It's gliding over the ground. Hey, don't move. Stand still. The dog stops in its tracks, seemed confused that I'm not reacting and just standing still. It shuffles back on its guard and prepares to attack again. It bares its teeth and growls. I should probably turn my back to it. Threatening it back. Provoke, the dog flies at me, yep. The dog holds the collar in its mouth and stares at me. It has an inscription on it, doesn't it? Renta. Senta? Senta? I mutter the name. The dog perks up its ears. Say it again, this time more clearly. Then... Not it. Dog fixes its gaze on me. Its glare strangely piercing. We get murdered the shit out of us because I can't read Russian or whatever that text would be. Let's decide again. Alright. Show the collar. Okay, we're not gonna move. We're gonna turn our back to it. I break my gaze and turn my back. I want to pretend to hear it not threatening me. It growls for a while, but abruptly stops. The dog holds the collar in its mouth and stares at me. What is this letter? Genta? Dog perks up its ears. Then... okay. The dog turns around and quietly slinks into the brush. Here's from sight. It seems I somehow managed to escape death. Yep. Pick up the collar that was left behind and sigh deeply. You okay? Oh, little gentleman. Can't say it was no big deal. My words simply trail off. That's all I can answer with. I pat myself down with my hands. I don't seem to be injured anywhere. I feel teeth biting into my hand when the collar was snatched from me, though. That dog may be supernatural. Hope it doesn't attack again. I think we'll be fine. It found what it was looking for. You're right. Oh, sounds like a rope creak above my head. Silhouettes swing in the shadow of the trees. My whole body shudders with dread. Are those people? No. Suzu gives a terrified yelp. Speechless, I shine my flashlight on them. They're fucking mannequins. They're not people. The things hanging by their necks from the trees are displayed mannequins you can find in any department store. Obviously, dolls can't commit suicide. Is this someone's idea of a prank, or maybe to warn intruders? The only one who knows the truth would be whoever did this. Let's go. I don't think they're dangerous. They're only mannequins. Okay. Suzu replies uneasily. Before either of us take a step forward, I feel a shaky hand gripping onto me. Aw. Grabbing onto it, stopping it from swaying, I open the hand and take what's inside. Talisman! Yeah, more health. Okay. Male doll hanging from the tree. Dolls swinging unceaselessly from their ropes even when there's no breeze. Okay. Doggo. It's that dog. Suzu, be careful. It's okay now. It won't attack anymore. It's the dog but from before. It starts digging in the dirt right in front of us. After a few moments, it disappears like the mist. What was it doing? What the dog doing? There's something over there. Let's take a look. Place where the dog was digging. Reach out and touch the dirt, but the texture under my hand surprises me. The dirt around here is soft, almost as if something was buried. Give me a hand. You're gonna dig here? I don't think we'll need any tools, just please. Okay. In silence, we kneel in the forest in the middle of the night, dig up the dirt with our hands. I feel like I'm robbing a grave. Could be those words popped into my head because I somehow knew what we'd find. Distracted. Centipedes. I look down on what we dug up. What we find is a corpse. Just a skeleton now, but it doesn't look that old. Is that a corpse? Yeah. My reply sounds so incredibly flat and uncaring, even to me. At some point, death has become familiar. That fact, and not a corpse, is what sends a shiver down my spine. I'm too comfortable with the world of the dead. I know this, but I can't escape it. One part of me observes the remains before us and acts calmly. Then I notice something. What's that? There's something white in the skeleton's hand. I dig it out and discover it's a plastic bag. Inside are a number of cassette tapes. Some kind of note. The note's deteriorated, but the parts of it are legible. I killed them all, the ones that assaulted you. Now you can rest in peace. I did what needed to be done. Now I die here. This forest, you passed away. A new song. Want, listen, heaven. Note ends there. 3 cassette tapes. Sounds like a suicide note, doesn't it? But these tapes. She looks at cassette tapes. Why were they buried too? I look at their remains as if asking them the question. Of course it's not going to reply. I don't know. I trail off, a different voice whispering in my mind. The last... The voice falls silent. The last? Wait a second. The last what? Huh? Something the matter? I didn't say anything. It's nothing. Sorry. I was talking to myself. Anyway, let's take these tapes with us. Alright. And this is the end. Let's head back. Nice straight line. Mark burns scarlet. Half an hour until dawn. Ugh. Out of nowhere, my mark flares up painfully, intense pulsing, setting my nerves on fire. Shit, are we out of time? Bite my lip and look at Suzu. Suzu, hey, can you hear me? Yeah? It's finally here. It all starts now. Grab Suzu and run. The spirit's closing in on us. Okay, we gotta learn about the tapes. I get in the car and go somewhere. Regardless, I'm here inside it, gripping the wheel. The mansion. I need to get that back there for now. I glance through the rearview mirror at Suzu. She's staring vacantly out the window, with her head slightly tilted. The only thing out there is darkness, nothing to look at. Ida's tape player is laying on the side of the passenger seat. I grab it from the back, meaning to play one of those tapes. But we arrive at Kujo Mansion. Even if I discuss it with Mary, it's probably best to listen to the tape first. I reach for one, but as I do, I notice something odd. Where are we? I'm on an unfamiliar road, like I took a wrong turn somewhere. It's not unfamiliar. I've been down this road before, but the route I was taking should have had no way for me to come across this road. It's the only way I can describe it. It's impossible. Calm down. I must have made a mistake because I was messing with the tape player. I wouldn't get lost on the way to the mansion. I've been to it so many times now. I just missed the first intersection and ended up somewhere strange. That's what I tell myself as I make a U-turn. But no matter how many times I go back, why am I here again? Bruv. No matter how many times I turn, I end up on the same road. Left, right, or going straight, I still manage to end up in the exact same spot. It's ridiculous. I hit the steering wheel. Maybe it was because of my own outburst. My mark starts burning again. This is bad. Real bad. At this rate, death will catch up to us while we're here in the car. Having said that, we can't go back to the mansion. I think we'll be able to get out of this maze no matter how many times I try. In that case, what should I do? Where should I drive? A highway? The destination isn't important as long as it gets me out of the situation. Try to get the curse trap. Finally. Familiar scenery arrives, as if lying in wait. Okay, but we still didn't hear the tapes. In the end, we're back here. Phone's ringing. I know exactly who's calling. Alright. Sunrise is closing in. Head to the booth. I've got Ida's cassette player in the bag. Okay. Pick up the receiver, but the phone immediately goes dead. There we go. Yo, she's got an eyeball in her mouth? Alright, live or die. You saw it, didn't you? You know, I know you saw it. The spirit's right behind me. Take a picture with the camera. I quickly grab the instant camera and use the flash. The spirit shrieks, and while it's distracted, I tumble out of the booth. Once out, I spot out of the corner of my eye. Spirit standing there looking down at me. The camera's battery's dead. What should I do next? Play the tape called My? I have no idea what these say. Stick My into the tape player and press play. I don't know this one. Spirit responds to the song. Okay. Spirit quietly drifts closer. Okay. Charm song? Press play. Listened often, dear. Spirit responds to the song. Alright. Spirit quietly drifts closer. Play the last one. Echo ballad. Alright. I stick Echo Ballad into the tape player and press play. I love. The spirit responds with the song. Oh, that's a face. The spirit's right in front of me. Let me listen to the newest. Okay, that'd be My, right? It's the one you didn't know. Stick My into the tape player. Yes, that song was finished. Nice. There's a flash of light. I blink and the spirit's gone. Yeah, I survive. I don't see Hanayome anymore. I do see a kitten. She's gone now, Hanayome. Suzu's back to normal. I bet their mark's gone. Mine's still bright on my arm. Guess Hanayome didn't give me my mark after all. But we knew that. Then Hanayome really was Seiko Hasegawa. What a sad and terrible fate, turning into a ghost after she died. I feel so sorry for her. And her dog. I hope her fiancé's song for her helps her be at peace in heaven. Should we head back? Yeah. Huh? Phone starts ringing out of nowhere. It won't stop. It's like it's waiting for someone to answer. I should pick it up. My mark stings with pain. What's happening? Huh? Suzu collapses, covering her eyes. What's wrong? My eyes hurt. The phone's fault. Stop it quick. Hurry. I grab the phone and hear a woman breathing. I try to hang up, but my arm won't move. You saw it. You saw it. You saw it with your round little eyes. Oh, bad little eyes. Get to 10? Suzu's terrifying scream echoes from both outside the phone booth. There are noises coming from the phone. Like someone stuffing their cheeks with gum. The phone goes dead and I can move freely again. But not after Suzu died. I bolt out of the booth. Right near where Suzu had collapsed is a single eyeball. Staring at me. They always get their revenge. I searched the entire area around the parking lot, but I can't find Suzu anywhere. Maybe deep down I'm scared of finding them, or finding the mutilated corpse of a missing eyeball. This is a short chapter. Welcome back, Mr. Yakushi. Thanks to you, my mark is finally gone. Too bad I didn't get to do much. I read a ton of comics about exorcism. Thought I could help. By the way, where's Suzu? No way. You're lying. I'm sorry. Damn it. What did you... Why would you let her... No, Suzu. Ida crumbles to the floor, his sobs echoing off the walls. I awaited your return, Lord Yakushi. It appears that you overcame your fear and destroyed the spirit. But there was another victim. The fact that you survived is at least a small mercy. It may seem cold, but don't become overcome with regret. Don't be overcome with regret. It's not comforting at all. I could be next. I managed to defeat 3 spirits now, but my mark still hasn't disappeared. It feels like that terrible fact that just freezes... It's that terrible fact that just freezes the blood in my veins. I vow to fight against the mark. All I can do now is press forward. Mr. Yakushi, may I have a word? I looked through the other files in the garage after you left. I found this. She hands over a file that says H Shrine Findings on the cover. Saya Kojo's signature's in the corner. Family guardians were housed there. Makes sense she was in here. Go on, read it. Most of it's about the shrine and how it was built and its history. Lines up what Mary told us. Everything happened from the anti-Buddhist movement forward. Looks like Saya didn't know who stole the statues 50 years ago. Some pages about H Shrine's Go Shintai, the item that houses the deity's spirit. The shrine has 2, a mirror and a small Buddha statue called a Nejibutsu. The Nejibutsu should be in a brocade pouch, but I never saw anything like that at the shrine. Wonder where it ended up. The last few pages contain notes on an investigation into the stolen statues. It mentions a rumor that started circulating a few months ago. K. Miyamachi North Road in H City. It's a back street that, due to the city's poor planning, is covered in manholes. Because of that, people call it Manhole Road. Damn. Get you some manhole on Manhole Road. The moonless night, a young woman walked down it on her way home from work. An old sign said, "Be wary of strangers." Suddenly fearful, she attempted to hurry down back street. But she couldn't take a step forward. A noise, something heavy being dragged. A figure that was discernible from out of the darkness. It was a woman with disheveled hair wearing a burnt white robe. She cradled a headless Buddha statue as if it were her own child. The shadows and hair hid most of the face, but what she could see was the blood-red lips that twisted into a satisfied smile. Terrified by the eerie sight, she turned on her heel and ran away. Some distance away, she looked back, but the woman was gone. Statues were stolen 50 years ago, so it wasn't that woman, but I doubt it's that easy to find headless Buddha statues. She must know something. I asked Hanayome where the statues were from. Now there's an unexpected lead. What a strange coincidence. If you can find those statues, honor them at H Shrine. The divine wrath will be quelled and you might be freed. Another way that night might allow me to escape my mark. It's worth looking into at least. Before I forget, you should take these too. Documents in the Hasegawa case that we found after you left. Read through them if you want. It's almost done. We must end today's investigation. Please rest. Suzu. Ida climbs the stairs, sobbing. I'm heading to bed soon myself. My mark's finally gone. I think I'll be able to sleep well tonight. No reason for you to stay any longer. You're right about that. I'll be leaving tomorrow. Sorry, but even 9 lives wouldn't be enough to survive staying here. You said it. But I'm grateful for all this too. It gave me time to rethink my life. Ironic, isn't it? If I hadn't been cursed by a spirit in that forest, I'd be in that forest right about now. Christy's smile turns awry. Well, I'm off to bed. Good night. It's often that when you're confronted with death, you actually get to better realize where you are in life. Now then, Lord Yakushi, please find me when you're ready. Farewell. New info added to the spirit file. All started with a lingering grudge by the tragic event. Hanayome was likely a psycho Hasegawa. She became a spirit obsessed with eyes, and in imitation of her fiancé's revenge, the dog turned into that thing in an effort to save them. In the end, her fiancé was known as YMN back then. He made himself for mixing genres in his music, from rock, pop to classical and techno. He had been working on a new album. The last was My Holy, dedicated to his fiancée, but in the end the album was published without the final track. The song and her fiancé's love. Finally, Psycho. I'd like to think it was because of us and Genta. I hope their tragic tales come to a close. Some things don't add up. How did Hanayome suddenly get the power to bestow the mark? Might be with the Buddha statues. Okay. Okay, we're gonna save. And I'm gonna take a quick little break. BRB. Alright. Helps if I actually click back in. Alright, yeah. Let's rest. I don't know what I could even be doing in those interim parts. That was an incredibly quick chapter, though. No real puzzles, just like, guess the right thing. Been 3 days since Hanayome. All of the other mark bearers left the mansion. I'm the only one here again. Wonder when I'll be free of this mark, when I can leave this place. There's not even a scrap of meaningful information around. I look around Sayakojo's bedroom to find something Mary mentioned. It's impolite to rummage through a woman's things, but I don't have the luxury not to do it. I searched every inch of the room, even under the carpet, but came up empty. Seeing the dried blood on the floor reminds me of the horrifying sight I saw. The flowers from the first event. I don't want to die like that. Sole reason I've been driving force. My struggle to survive since that day, but how long can I keep this up? That thought fills me with such dread that it feels like my legs could give out at any time. After searching everywhere I can, I leave the bedroom. The deserted entrance hall feels colder than usual. Thinking on it, there's already been over a week since I came here. I've gotten completely used to this strange mansion. It's not something I want to admit. How do you do, Lord Yakashi? Mary gives me her usual greeting in the monotone voice. She's still a complete mystery, though I can't say I'm not grateful to have someone to talk to now that everyone else is gone. Did you locate the master key? No. I see. I was sure it would be there. I've searched every accessible inch of the mansion and found no info of value. All that's left is the locked room. I'm trying to find the Kujo Mansion master key so I can open it. She thought it might be in Kujo's bedroom, but it clearly was a bust. It's obvious I should have spoken with Lady Saya more before she died. I deeply apologize. Her voice carries a hint of sadness. She almost seems human when she does that. I love her dress. Looking more closely at her, I'm struck all over again by just how strange she is. I haven't really thought about it lately since I've been struggling to survive, but how'd she come into existence? Hey Mary, were you made by Saya? No, I've served Kujo's for way before Saya was born. I was already here at the mansion when I opened my eyes the first time. They say tools used for many years can come to house deities or souls. I may be something similar. So you're like a Kujo guardian deity? It's an exaggeration, though I would be very pleased if I could achieve such status. Lady Saya's fate was most unfortunate. I will do my utmost to respect her wish and save all who bear the mark. Her clear green eyes stare at me. Lord Yakashi, thanks to you, many mark bearers have been saved. I'm sure that Lady Saya would be extremely grateful to you. I feel much the same way. Her voice is emotionless, but it sounds just a bit softer than usual. Her face can't show it, but she feels like she's trying to express her gratitude. Now, Lord Yakashi, it seems a new mark bearer has made their way to the mansion. Hope you can find some clues to the spirit that gave you your mark. Before she can finish her sentence, there's a knock at the door. Hello. A girl bounces in wearing a fancy outfit. I blinked dumbfoundedly at her appearance. She's fucking awesome. Nice to meet you. Good morning. It's the middle of the night. Oh right, sorry. I'm used to saying it as a greeting. So, Dr. Kujo lives here, right? Madam Yasuka told me to come. Is Dr. Saya around? Madam Yasuka. Yep, no clue who that is. Sorry, but Saya Kujo isn't here. I'm Kazo Yakashi. I guess you can say I'm representing her right now. Are you here about the scar? I can help. Yeah, that's it exactly. It's actually called the mark, right? If you get it, your memories become a mess and you die soon after? That's what Madame Yasuka said. Well, color me surprised. I didn't think anyone besides Syed knew about the mark. But this girl, she knows what'll happen to her, but for some reason she doesn't look depressed at all. Aren't you scared? Yeah, I'm terrified. But being scaredy cat's embarrassing. I want to hurry and fix this whole mark thing before my fans do. I'm a pro, and forgetting the lyrics up on stage is a definite no-go. I think I know what line of work she's in. She's an idol. You're an idol or something? Yeah, that's right. I haven't introduced myself yet. I'm Ai Kashigawa. Oh man, just right in that little, what was the name of that show? But it had I in it. I sing, dance, and perform as a member of Love and Hero. The no-ko one. I can't. It's gonna bug me, but I'll get it later. So that's your stage costume. Yeah, cool, right? I had it here straight after filming and finished. If I had gone to my dressing room, my manager would have found me. The taxi driver stared at my outfit the whole way here. Giggling, she removes her jacket and bares her shoulder. A familiar mark flares from her skin. I'm stuck wearing sleeves right now because of this thing. It's gonna be summer soon. It seems as though this person is indeed a mark bearer. Who's there? Ai's eyes bug out comically wide when she hears the female voice out of nowhere. She may know about the mark, but she doesn't know about Mary. Mary updates Ai on everything so far. She starts with Saya's death and recounts the encounters with spirits. She seems surprised to hear that she's dead, but she does admirably well in her attempt to swallow the string of unusual events. Now, Lady Ai, do you have any idea where you received your mark? Probably when we filmed the mystery spots. I don't think I had the scar until after we finished up filming. I should ask her for more details. Gonna show. Summer ghost story. During the shoot, our guest star, Madame Yakuza, got this weirdly shaped scar. The minute she saw it, she told me it was called a mark. I wasn't the only one to get it. This Yakuza also got a mark. Is she not coming here then? Oh, I guess I forgot to say. Yakuza's on her way too. She'll be a little late. She's stopping by our shop in Giza before heading over. Where'd you go? Went around 3 mystery spots that are rumored to be haunted. Old tunnel in O City. Another was in the railroad crossing. Lots of accidents happened there. Back street in H City. Yep. What should I ask next? When'd you notice it? We were rushing everywhere because we pressed for time that day. Suddenly it was there. It's not much help. I think that's all I'll get from her. You mentioned a street in H City, but where was it? Just a sec. Ai digs her cell phone out of her bag and flips it open. Pretty sure it was in an email my manager sent me. There it is. It was Kamiyachi North Road. Pretty weird place. Ton of manholes all over. Yep. The file in the garage said something about a woman holding a Buddha statue. Just coincidence, or... You're kind of frowning. Is something wrong? Oh no, it's just... Seems we've determined where you must go tonight. Please head directly to Kamiyachi North Road. Maybe a spirit trace there. It's not the only thing I might find. Might be a clue about who stole the Buddha statues. And of course, I'll come with. Our group has a song that goes like this. I'm not one to sit around and wait. I'll blast through those evil traps standing in my way with all my might. Okay. Sounds like Love and Hero specializes in motivational type songs. She seems willing enough. I'll let her help. Okay, but unfortunately, I'm gonna have to call it there. My head is killing me. I should rest and take care of myself. This is my self-care to me. I did come out and stream, so I feel good about that. I did it, even though I'm not feeling that great. So let's see if there's anyone we can raid. Andy. Alright. Let's go raid CPC Gamer. Hopefully... They do these short Overwatch streams, so hopefully we'll catch them. Right. Helps if I type the right thing. Alright. Hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Hope y'all feel better. Hope things go well for you in all of your endeavors. Till next time. Peace.
Aww. Who hit that? Rude. Rude, rude, rude. That's what that is.